Alright. It's time to instruct. And then we got a bunch of battles coming up, probably.
Hey, I'm back. Are we done with Eloise now?
Yeah, perfect timing, like, basically. Where is...
Koji is in the room. He's laying on my bed.
Tell Koji I said hi.
slyroh says hi, Koji.
Perfect.
His ears perked up just slightly, and then he continued ignoring me.
Honestly, I'll take it.
I thought this was... Alright.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, you're just gonna get a bunch of lands today. Get that closer to A.
Wow.
Alright. Don't know if anything else needs train that much. You know what? You need authority. Actually, I think I do want to focus on my magic unit's authority because I do want to get them a little higher.
This.
So let me find you. Well, maybe I was wrong. I think it's like there's a good A rank battalion that's a magic one. Maybe that was the thing I was thinking of.
You think?
I think. I don't
What's
know.
it like?
It's I don't
What's
know.
it like to think?
It's kind of scary.
Does it worry you?
It does. Takes a lot of effort. It's very hard for me to do. Yo, your horse is so close. Yeah. Look at that.
I'm starting.
Perfect, and then... Guess I'll just focus on authority for you. Everyone's just going to be so much more authoritative. It's fantastic. Train you with some stuff. So you're doing faith and authority? Focus more on your authority and your faith will get there.
You're too.
Maybe I'll just rank this up and then do
This'll help.
this. Now Captain can get a B rank battalion if I want to give it to her. So that's fun. You need all the help you can get.
Oh.
Perfect. Alright, but now I won't be able to, like... I can only instruct, like, 2 people the next time. So that is, unfortunate. Who's
Two
doing
whole
that? You two
people.
are doing that?
2 whole people.
2 whole people.
I've got a question.
It
2
feels
of them.
odd to be asking you questions as though I were your student, but I'm wondering, what do you think is the most important thing for a tactician to be able to do? Firstly, analyze the strength of both sides, keep the soldiers in line, avoid unnecessary fighting. I guess the first one.
Ah, that makes sense.
I'm not gonna know what that was, if that was the best answer or not.
Imagine if his motivation went down.
I was like,
You
that's...
were that bad.
That'd be really funny. Come on. Load in, horsies.
It's been years.
I knew you could do it.
Don't make. That went pretty.
Oh.
Alright, any other fun rank ups? We got one. Oh, one for Catherine.
There is room to enrich my.
Alright, we still have 3 more Sundays? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. What battles do we even have? So we have these 2 quests. And then these auxiliary battles. So we might do what? Battle... Gosh. I don't really want to do like 4 battles before the end. I might just do like... I could just save those 2 battles for the 29th. Like waste of time, waste a day like exploring. Maybe even do a seminar next week and then...
A seminar?
I'm at the point where it's just like, I don't...
A seminar? You may
Yeah.
as well just nap.
I mean, I can do that too. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing like a cycle of dining hall stuff, getting people's motivation, and then yeah, we're just gonna fight on the final day. So what fun stuff is going on that we can talk about, because this is just gonna be not very exciting.
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I don't really know what's happening. I don't know what's happening in the world.
I had a comment the other day on one of my Three Houses videos that apparently there is strong evidence that they flipped 2 chapters at the last second in the development of the game.
Oh?
The Flane Death Knight chapter, and then the Miklon Prison Tower chapter
Okay.
are one after another, and a commenter gave strong evidence that they used to be flipped. I don't remember. I think the Flane one is chapter 6, right? And then the Miklon one is chapter 5.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, he gave strong evidence that those 2 chapters should have been flipped.
Why?
So, trying to remember. His argument was that when Flane joins you at the end of chapter 6, she is suspiciously lower ranked than everyone else in terms of her proficiencies and whatnot,
Okay.
compared to where like other characters are when they join throughout the game, chapter-wise.
Uh-huh.
On top of that, the Miklon chapter is apparently seen as a difficulty bump compared to the rest of the game, suddenly. The Miklon chapter, and I know this one for sure because I complained about it while doing it, the Miklon chapter has a couple of long stretches of just, hey, you have to move your units closer and then end your turn and then move them closer again because you have so far to walk, which, if it happened in chapter 6 instead of 5, odds are high that your units would be level 10 and have more movement from higher ranks, instead of being like levels 7 to 9 like they are at the end of chapter 5.
Okay.
And then also the Flame chapter is apparently just easier paced than the Miklon chapter in general. So there's just a lot of stuff that points to them having flipped them at the last second and not rebalanced the chapters as a result of having done that.
That's interesting. I feel like if they did flip them, they would have at least, like, adjusted it a little bit.
Do you really, though?
I don't know. I guess
With
because I never
Three
saw...
Houses, I mean, it's known that Three Houses ran out of time, right? Like, that they had to rush at the end.
Yeah.
If they decided for some reason, like, let's flip these 2 chapters story-wise, I feel like they would have done that, like, pretty close to the end of development and been like, do we need to, like, change anything? No, probably not, right? Because they're, like, literally one after another anyway, so they should be pretty close regardless.
Yeah. I've never really noticed, Chapter 6 being, like, so far and away, like, easier. But...
I mean, it's definitely an easier layout because it's just so constrained compared to Miklon's Tower.
Right.
This one? You're all set. See you
Yeah,
again
no,
soon.
Miklon's Tower is definitely one of the harder early game ones for sure.
You have another support to do.
I do. I guess I'll go out and do it.
Is Dedue still dead? I'm surprised that they take so long to give you Dedue back.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still gone.
Sucks to be Dedue.
Yeah.
He's already, like, one of the worst characters in his house, and then he just gets, like, excommunicated for the first 3 or 4 chapters of time skip? That sucks.
Yeah. Nah, he's dead. You might not ever see him again. I'm curious to know how Gilbert is doing. Am I?
No, I'm not.
Well, we're gonna...
Incorrect. Text box lies.
Well, we're going for a visit anyway.
Dear Goddess, please allow His Majesty to rest in peace. Who is it? Oh, Professor. What brings you here at this hour?
I heard your voice.
I am most sorry for disturbing you. The hour is late, Professor. You should be resting in preparation for the day to come.
What were you doing?
I was offering my prayers to the Goddess. It is all that I can do now. I told you I was in service of the royal family, yes? When I was only a young soldier, the king saw fit to make a knight of me. I was given the great honor of guiding and protecting the royal family.
Guiding?
It was similar to your own work. I was a teacher of sorts. I instructed both King Lambert and Prince Dimitri in the arts of combat, tactics, and academia. I also did all in my power to keep them safe. Until that day, I was unable to fulfill my duty. I was powerless.
You mean the tragedy of Dusker?
Yes, when I received word of the attack, it was already too late. His Majesty was dead, along with many knights and soldiers. If only I had made it to Duscur more quickly. It is my fault that His Highness Dimitri has become the way he is now. After that, I abandoned my wife and child and fled my homeland. I turned my back on everything I swore to protect. My sins are countless. I will bear the weight of my guilt for as long as I live.
You're going about this the wrong way.
Apologizing to my daughter and wife. Devoting myself to His Highness. That is the way to atonement. And yet, even if I am granted the forgiveness of those who still live, praying is all I can do to atone to those who are with us no more.
Like, you're still talking to Gilbert?
He's still talking to me. Pray won't help you atone.
Long ago, there was someone who told me something quite similar. Forgive me. This will not do. As I grow older, I find myself talking endlessly about the past. But it is too late for such things now. I have finished my prayers. We should return.
Sure thing. Alright. No other supports? Wait, let me find people. Mercedes can still teach me magic.
Mercedes!
It looks like we're all...
Teach me how to heal better. Yeah, heal better, I guess. And then I can just do... I guess I'll just keep going to the same people. But yeah, I think one of the things that also is not helping right now is the fact that, because you brought up Dedu, it's just like I can't interact in terms of instructing or any of that stuff with Dedu or Dimitri for like multiple chapters in a row, and it's just like, that's two whole characters that have just been like taken away from my ability to like interact with them and like use these points with and stuff. Did I do this yet? Oh, I did.
Who would have thought
Oh, Felix can't teach me anything. That's rude.
that the worst route would have so many minor annoyances?
I mean, it's fine, I guess.
The area around Castle Gaspar, where I was living, is under the control of House Roh, who have submitted to the Empire. If I hadn't come to Garreg Mach, I might have ended up as your enemy at Aelel. That thought makes me really happy to be here now. I don't think I would have been able to handle facing all of you in battle.
Alright, teach me... You know what? Teach me axes. Why not? Perfect. Look at that.
I'm getting the hang of this.
Hooray. I guess we just move on.
On we go.
Oh, it's somebody's birthday this week. Better start thinking of whose it is.
Annette.
Could be. Okay, Felix, I definitely want you to get to be... There's a nice flying B battalion that I have that I would like to put on him. And then Ash. Ooh, Ash is really close to A. He's doing Sword and Authority. Come on. Pretty close. You're doing Reason and Authority. Probably won't need to be training in Reason for very long.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not a very reasonable guy, so.
Well, I'm pretty sure he only has to get to B+ to get that Dark Knight rating, and he's already like almost at A without ever have done.
Oh,
like...
we're talking about Sylvain.
Yeah. Oh, you were talking about me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
B+. Alright, who next? You... Yeah, it works for me.
Thanks for your...
Probably doesn't need to be on bow anymore. I'll keep it. No, I think I might change Nets. What does she need for Bow Knight? Oh, she does need the A riding. Okay, but I can take her off bow. I need some lance. No problem. You're so good at authority. Everything's perfect and great. Look at Ingrid go. Hilda, on the other hand. No, oh, no, you're great. And perfect. Alright, perfect. Thought she was gonna struggle a lot more. Alright. I'm gonna switch around Annette. She's gonna need lance and riding. Alright, let's get out of here. No more exploring. Alright, Annette, let's find out if it's your birthday. It's Constance's birthday. You know what? Why not? I don't know if I know anything about you. You're getting this tea.
You could find no one but me to share your tea with. I shall endeavor to hold up my end of the conversation nonetheless.
I feel like we should have had this tea party indoors.
You ought not to have gone to such lengths to prepare my preferred tea.
Your preferred tea?
Her hair should not be shadowing her face to that extent. She is like
yeah, there's not
some
enough.
kind of weird makeup or something.
No, you're so right about that.
What?
See, I feel like you would want to tell me about any of these, but now you're sad, so I don't know. Tell me about yourself. Nope. Do you want to talk about first crushes? I sure do.
What?
Fashion? Or overcoming weaknesses?
My mistake.
No!
A word
I
of
failed.
advice.
I told you I don't know anything about Constance.
Yes.
Does anyone know anything about Constance other than her?
Oh, wait, you already liked first crushes. Should I just pick that again?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I really wanted that to be wrong. You have no idea.
The only thing she wants to talk about are first crushes. That's her entire personality.
Such as this were once so
She's really hung up on someone.
commonplace for me.
Who could it be?
I am ashamed to have not
She has so many
appreciated
options down in
before
Abyss.
at the time.
I bet it was NPC number 8.
I'm gonna laugh.
I doubt you'll want my opinion.
Great tea time? That did not feel like a great tea time, I'm gonna be
I shall
honest.
Take my leave now. I hope
Think of all the
that
first
I have
crushes
not
you talked
wasted
about, though.
Too much of your time.
I just talked about Claude over and over again. Alright, I'm picking Seminar, because I don't I don't want to go through a whole like spending like 9 more
That
points on
went
stuff that
pretty
I
well,
don't
I
care
guess.
about.
Oh, you did?
If I didn't realize that Annette needed Lance for the thing. I wonder if now that I have one of her goals is Lance, if I can find like a Lance seminar and progress that a little more. Get some use out of this. Yeah, she'll show up to that one. Is there like a better one? There's a Lance and Authority one. This is way better.
Yeah, but now you have to listen to Seta.
Well, good thing is I don't actually have to listen to him. Ash got to A Authority.
Making strides.
All that work was worth it.
Looks like I'm getting it.
Perfect. And that does raise their motivation, so I can at least instruct them, even if it's not a full thing. And then it's finally time to fight. I'm itching for a good fight. Alright, so you... Oh, you're very
You
close.
gameplay in my Fire Emblem?
I know. I love gameplay. There's like nothing you
Koji.
need.
What are you doing over there, Koji? He's just looking at me.
Aw. What a good boy.
Yeah. Yes.
Koji, where's your brother? What is Lex doing? He's normally up here.
Alright, already got that to D.
Lex is probably causing
that
problems
work?
somewhere.
Probably. You're doing heavy armor and riding? don't even know what my plan is for you at this point.
You had plans?
I don't remember. I think so.
Always.
Catherine. Was I turning her into a trickster? Do I already have the stuff that I need? I do. So for funsies, I can give her the ability to cast like reason magic.
Looks like
If I want to try and go that route, I could also focus on her authority a little bit. Get her closer to A. And alright, I don't have anybody else that I'm even using, so the last one goes to waste.
How wasteful of you.
I know. It's so bad. It's time for a lot of fighting.
Dual barrel.
That went pretty well.
Oh,
Alright. Felix is at B.
growth sustained.
Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's run through. Wow, those are like level 35 auxiliary battles. Let's do the one that's 27. Then we'll do the one that's
Coward.
29.
Coward.
We'll see. If I like start struggling a lot in the next main mission, then maybe I'll have to do some more fights next month.
Weak and pathetic.
I might be.
Might.
Okay, before I forget, there is a winged battalion that I have that is a B rank. That it's definitely just better for Felix. My battalion should be...
Look at all those
Punish.
birds you're about to have
I was gonna
to fight.
say, what is going on in this map? It is... Oops, all birds. Oh my gosh.
Oops, all birds.
Wow. Alright then. Well, who am I bringing? I can bring 10. So I can bring almost everybody. I can swap out...
Everyone who matters.
Swap out Dimitri for Alois. I will... Shoot, what are people's supports? I think Alois still had some that I hadn't seen. Gilbert or Catherine. So here, I'll put Gilbert with you. I'll put Dimitri with... I don't know, is Dimitri ever going to want to, like, talk to anybody ever again? That's kind of what I would like to know. He's not ready for the one with
He has
Ingrid.
to. He has A ranks.
What if it's all a big lie?
He's never played it, chat. Never.
I'm sorry, have you ever seen Dimitri A ranks?
Yeah, I probably Googled him before.
Did you?
I don't know. It would have been ages ago.
Wait, who's not taking part? You have stuff with I can put you with Ash. Alright, there we go. Everyone's all set. So this is going to be a good net map, probably. I'm gonna throw you up here. This should be fine. All right. Let's see how this goes.